Hello, crypto world. Welcome to the Chart Historian. My name is Justin, and on this channel, I delve deep into crypto charts, exploring chart structures, fractals, and patterns. So I have the XRP chart open here, and in this video, I want to talk about a potential deviation that is taking place on the XRP chart right before the move up that takes place for the great fake out that I've spoken of in my previous XRP videos. So this is what I'm talking about. So you see how price is moving down while the fractal calls for a move up. So why is it doing this? Well, there's essentially two options that are taking place here. One is this is just a much larger version of this little move down right here, or the other option is that this is a deviation. So if this is just a larger version of this little move right here, it should snap back in line and do this before moving up. Now, if it's a deviation, it may not do this per se. It could do something very different, but deviations are, for the most part, temporal. They last for a while, but then at a certain point, it snaps back in line and follows the macro structure. So what is the macro structure? Well, let's zoom out real quick. So this is the macro structure. It's a repetitive structure. So XRP has its bull runs. We see them here, over here. These structurally are all the same. It has its declines. These structurally are all the same. And then it has its sideways range-bound times that take place after the decline and before the next bull run. We can see how we've been progressing through this sideways range-bound time. In Fractal 1, we have the move up and move down, and Part B where it goes flat. We see that over here with Part A, the move up, move down, Part B that goes flat. In Fractal 2, we have Wave A, Wave B, and Wave C. We have that over here, Wave A, Wave B, and Wave C. And we are working on Fractal 3. It has a small little bounce right here, a second little wave, and then it goes into this move up and this move back down. This is what I'm calling the great fake out. After it crashes, it recovers, does a little correction right here, and then it goes into the bull run. So we have completed the first wave right here. We are now working through this second wave over here, and we will soon begin the move up. So that is the repetitive macro structure. We're getting close to the bull run. We're not quite there yet. What I want to do is I want to bring your attention to this fractal right here, Fractal 2. So in Fractal 2, we have this final wave, Wave C, and notice how it comes up gradually here and then declines. Well, over here, it didn't do that. Let's zoom into this structure, and I'm going to show you something interesting that I believe could potentially be playing out over here. Okay, so here we are right before the move up takes place. This is Wave C. This is actually the ruling that took place in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. This is the move up that took place from that and the move down that took place after the move up. Here we are zoomed in a little more. Right before that move up, XRP experienced a deviation that essentially started from here, went through this whole time. It dipped, kind of went flat, and then it shot up like a rocket. This all was a deviation. Of course, it snaps back in line and continues the declining part that we saw over here. So this potentially is being repeated over here on today's chart. So just as this whole thing deviated, it moved down, it went flat, and then moved up. We potentially have the same thing going on over here. It's moving down now, just like it did here. If it's going to continue to do something similar, it may go flat for a while, and then it might shoot up. Now, the other thing is it could just be a larger version of this little move down. Part of me is skeptical of that, but I don't want to rule it out. Right now is a time where we're just going to have to sit tight and wait for things to play out. It could go down more as well before going flat, or it may not even do the flat thing. It could just shoot up. My point is this could potentially be a deviation. How it plays out is kind of a wait and see thing. We do have some historical references over here, but it may not do this. It may do something similar to it. But what I do know is that at some point, just like it did here, it eventually snaps back in line and continues to follow the macro structure. So folks, there you have it. Something to keep an eye on. Does this worry me? Not really. Deviations are typically a temporal thing. They eventually, like I showed you, snap back in line. Well, I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, it'd be much appreciated if you hit that thumbs up button. I'm not a financial advisor, so none of this should be used as financial or investment advice. If you're not a subscriber yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button. I'll continue to follow this chart as it continues to develop. I'm so glad you caught this video. I hope you catch my next one. Have a great day, and bye for now.